こんにちは、皆さん。今日、私たちは日本語を勉強しています。質問があれば、私に聞いてください. Greetings, everyone. Today we're studying Japanese. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask me at any time. I'm going to continue with immersion with Card Captor Sakura. Let's see. Ashioto? I wonder if it's actually pronounced like that. Ashioto, yes. Or sound of footsteps. Basically, ashi is like the foot or lower leg, if I remember correctly. And oto is sound, so. So let's check that. Was it the lower leg or the leg? Is ashi the lower leg or the entire leg? So I knew they didn't exactly correlate the foot. The Japanese word ashi refers to the entire lower limb extending from the hip to the toes rather than just the lower leg or the foot. General usage. In common contexts, ashi means leg, the whole limb, or foot depending on the situation. For example, ashi ga nagai means long legs, referring to the entire limb, while ashi ga itai can mean my foot hurts or my leg hurts. Okay, so when it means leg, it means the entire leg. So ashioto, or footsteps.
まだかいな。あと少し、もうちょっと。まだかいな。
Marakaina. Still I. And that means... Are you done yet? Are we there yet? Are you almost done? Oh, he's saying Kai, not Y. Oh, okay, I see. So this is basically Marakai. In other words, are you still? In other words, are you done yet? And Maraka, and oftentimes to soften it in a statement in Japanese, instead of saying ka, they'll say kai. So he's saying Marakai, which means the same thing as Maraka, and then he's just putting the na ending particle on the end of it. So Marakai na.
まだかいな。あと少し、もうちょっと待って。かいな。あと。
Let's see, Ato Skoshi. Let's see, Ato Skoshi. Mo chotomate, so. Let's see. Let's see, a little more already. Ato skoshi mo. She says this. How many words?
まだかいな。あと少し、もうちょっと待って。
Ato skoshi. And then pause. Okay. Already? Yet? Maybe a little more now? So what is the difference between mo chotomate and chotomate? Difference between this and this. Let's see. The primary difference lies in the duration or intensity of the request. Chotomate translates to wait a moment or wait a little. It is a standard casual request for someone to pause briefly. Mo chotomate translates to wait a little longer or wait just a bit more. The additional mo indicates that the person has already been waiting, or the speaker needs additional time beyond the initial brief pause. Okay, so adverbally it's being used to mean further or more. So wait a little bit or versus wait a little bit more. Okay. And then Atto Skoshi. Skoshi's little. And Attos tends to be used to reference time, like after. See, the translator translates it as just a little longer, hang in there. Let's see. Explain the grammar of let's see. Atto means after or remaining. In this context, it indicates that something is left to do after the remaining amount of time. Okay, Skoshi means a little. Combined meaning a little more remaining or a short distance amount left. So a little after or a little remaining. Atto. So Atto Skoshi, a little more. Wait a little long. Wait a little more. Okay. So Atto Skoshi, just a little longer, hang in there or wait a little more. After or remaining. Skoshi. So Atto Skoshi. Just a little longer, okay.
まだかいな。あと少し、もうちょっと待って。もう辛抱切れそうや。
Mo Shimbu Kireso. See. So it's probably from Kirei. Let's see. Mo Shibo Kireso. See, does this help it? To break, to snap. Oh, that's from Kireru. Shinbo, patience, endurance, perseverance. Shinbo, so spicy, bitter, hot, acidic, and embrace. Hug, hold in arms. Daku. So hugging something hot, or in other words, patience, endurance. Shinbo. Would take a lot of endurance to be holding on to something hot. Shinbo, then Kirei. Explain the grammar of this. Okay, kireru, verb to break, to run out, to snap. Combination. Okay, kinbo. Okay, shinbo ga kireru is a common phrase meaning to lose one's patience or to snap. In casual speech, the particle ga is often omitted, resulting in shinbo kireru. Okay, so a speculative auxiliary attached to the verb. To form the statement, take the stem kireru and remuru, leaving kireru, removing root, leaving ki, and adding so. To make, okay, right. To create kire, so looks like, or about to snap. Now, this usage of so expresses the speaker's impression or feeling that an action is about to happen rather than a direct observation. So in other words, he's getting the impression that he's about to lose patience. His patience about to break, run out, or snap. So what would the full sentence be? Let's see. Okay, that's it. Oh, so kireru is intransitive. Okay, so yeah, there would be a ga there. Okay. Difference between yeah, so that's the difference between mo shimbo kire so and just shinbun kire so. For mo, the addition of mo adds a stronger sense of immediacy and frustrations, like translating to I'm about to lose my patience, I can't take it any longer. It implies that the speaker has already endured a significant amount and is at the breaking point. The phrase, okay. So I guess soon or shortly, or before long, it looks like I'm about to break my patience or lose my patience, essentially. Shinbo kireru. So, mo shinbu kiresou ya.
Uh, まだかいな。あと少し、もうちょっと待って。もう辛抱切れそうや。できた。はあ、どや、見せてみ。
どうや。That's from Doda, I believe, for, let's see. Doya misete mi. Uh, misete mi. Is me supposed to be like short for mitai or something? Resetting to show display and me. Explain the grammar of. This doya is a colloquial exclamation used to draw attention to something the speaker is proud of or has accomplished. It functions similar to tada or check it out in English. It is often used when revealing a new item or trick or solution. Let's see. Me. This is the dialect or an archaic variant of Tamidu. Which means trying to do something. So, misete mite or misete mi. The E ending is a casual masculine or dialect or imperative suffix. It turns the phrase into a command, like try showing it or simply show it. Let's see. How would you write that in standard Japanese? This is Kansai Ben. Yeah. Doda. Like, how is it? Or look at this, okay. Misete mi to misete miru. Or miro. See, the Kansai mi is a dialect or imperative form of tamiru to try. In standard Japanese, the imperative form is miyo. So misete mi becomes misete myo. Meaning try showing it. Okay, so this is actually the suggestive tense in Kansai Ben. Also called the, what was it, volutional tense? Okay, volutional is miyo. But they have in standard Japanese, they call it the imperative form. Miyo miro. Oh, this is this is casual command form. Oh, okay. Imperative form. So middle. So this is like mite essentially. Well, no, that's right. Mite is only imperative when used with kudasai. If you're being that casual, not using kudasai, you say it as miyo or mido. Okay. So in other words, how was it? Try showing it to me, or show it to me. Doya misete mi.
もう辛抱切れそうや。できた。はあ、どや見せてみ。はい。え、なんやそれがわい。できた。はあ、どや見せてみ。はい。
Nanya, what is this? Sorega wai. Is that I? Is that, or in other words, is that me? Nanya, sorega wai. Nanya, sorega wai.
どや見せてみ。はい。え、なんやそれがわい。うん、可愛く描けたでしょ。どや見せてみ。はい。え、なんやそれがわい。
Kawaii, kawaii ku kakete desho. I think she said kakete as in. It's just that word that has a million translations. Oh, egaketa. I think, is this that word for draw? Kaku, let's see. Kaku. Okay, that's the wrong kaku. To draw, to sketch. Egaku. Remember something about whether you're saying kaku or egaku. Let's see, draw. Oh, that's right. Kaku's right. That's right. That's what I was thinking. Kaku. I believe I was thinking this one. To write, to compose. This was somehow related to drawing. So, and this is kakeru. Hmm. Kakeru. Egak. Egakeru. To draw to paint. Kakeru. See. Oh, that's potential. Kakeru. Draw. Egaku. Was this the thing I was thinking about? This one? There's Kaku. Kaku to chip to nick to break. Kaku to stroke of a kanji. Eigaku to draw to paint. Okay, so Eigaku, okay. Un a ko kawaiku eigakuta desho. So yes. So yeah, that's right. So Eigaku to draw to paint. So Eigakeru is in potential form, and then Eigaketa would be in past potential form. Because what was able to draw, and then Kawaiiku is adverbial form, so cutely, essentially. Kawaii. Yeah. Yeah, so one of the I's dropped off in that conjugation. So, I was at, so basically, like, wasn't it joined? Wasn't it drawn cutely? Wasn't I able to draw it cutely? So yes, wasn't I able to draw it cutely? Or wa un kawaiku gakete desho? Yes, I drew it cute, didn't I? Let's see. Is desho and ne use the same. Although they can overlap when seeking agreement, desho primarily expresses conjecture, uncertainty, or polite probably, while ne is a sentient particle specifically used to seek confirmation or shared agreement from the listener. So desho is if you want to basically say something with uncertainty, and ne is if you're actually looking for agreement with someone else. Desho acts as a verb indicating guesswork or soft assertion. It is probably or it must be. In contrast, ne is a particle added to the end of a statement to invite a listener to agree, e.g., isn't it? Or right? Certain level. Using desho implies the speaker is not 100% certain and is leaving room for doubt. Using ne implies the speaker believes the fact is obvious and generally agreed upon and simply checks for consensus. Desho is often used in weather forecasts or logical deductions. It will probably rain. So in other words, I was probably able to draw a cute picture, or ne is used in casual conversation to bond with the listener. Gee, it's hot today, isn't it? Let's see, combination. They can be combined desho ne, which softens the conjecture of desho with the collaborative tone of ne, meaning something is probably right. But both can translate to isn't it in English. Desho focuses on the speaker's uncertainty or polite estimation, whereas ne focuses on the listener's agreement. So maybe it might be more accurate to say, like, it translate this as it seems like I was able to, so yes, it seems like I was able to draw a cute picture, or as morally cutely able to draw. So kawaiku egaketa desho.
こんな妙な顔やないで。できた。はあ、どや見せてみ。はい。なんやそれがわい。可愛く描けたでしょ。わいこんな妙な顔やないで。なんやそれがわい。可愛く描けたでしょ。わいこんな
Why? Kona something?
妙な顔やな。
Kao yanai. That's right. Yanai is equivalent to dewanai. Kao's face. And what was that first word?
かな。よく似てると思うけど。見てへん。ちゃんとよう見てみ。ちょ。わいこんな妙な顔やないで。
Why Kona Miona? Mio, strange, weird, odd, curious, wonder, mystery, miracle, excellence, cleverness, adroit, knack, skill. So, Kyona Kao, in other words, a strange or weird face. Yanai. So, ya is like to be, so yanai is like to not be. So, why is I so Kona is this kind of, or to this extent. So, in other words, my face is not that weird. Or my face is not that strange. Or
可愛く描けたでしょ。わいこんな
why Kona Myo 妙な顔やないで. I don't have a face that weird, okay? Myona Kao, okay. Why, konna myona kao ya nai de.
可愛く描けたでしょ。わい、こんな妙な顔やないで。そうかな。よく似てると思うけど。
そうかな。よく見れてると思うけど、そうかな。Is that so? よく似てる from 似る to resemble, to look like. And yoku is either often or well. I think it's well in this case, so this is in the continuous thing, so niteru or niteru. So it's resembling well. So omo, I thought. See, so kana yoku niteru. So kana yoku niteru to omo kedo. So is that so? I thought it was resembling well, but or as the translator puts it, really, I think it looks just like you. So kana yoku niteru to omou kedo.
ないで。そうかな。よく似てると思うけど。似てへん。ちゃんとよう見てみ。
Nitehen doesn't resemble. Okay. Chanto yo mite mi. So mite to see, and then chanto so for properly. So then mi is for to try because it means me ro. So try to properly see, or in other words, take a good look. And then this yo is here for try to properly see, or in other words, take a good look. Appearing, looking, way, method, form, style, design. Like, similar thing. Let's see. Explain the grammar of. Take a good look, it's not similar, okay? Nitehen. That form of niru, yeah, that's nite. Hin is a negative auxiliary verb used in Kansa dialect and some other dialects. Oh, so this would be like, say, nite nai, which would be basically the negative equivalent of saying niteiru. So that's the continuous meaning of it, okay? So, yo, a noun meaning appearance, manner, or way. Okay, in this case, I guess it's appearance. Mite mi, to see, to look, and then the imperative and kansai form of miru. In standard Japanese, the imperative is miro. So, nite hen, okay, nite hen, chanto yo mite mi. So would woe normally be after this if they weren't dropping particles? If particles were not dropped, would woe be after yo? Yes, if particles were not dropped, the standard grammatical structure would be yo wo mite mi. Mite hen chanto yo mite mi.
じゃないで。そうかな。よく似てると思うけど。見てへん。ちゃんとよ見てみ。とや。目かてパチッとした二重やろ。足かてほんまはも。とや。
Oh yeah, how is it? Mega te pa pachito shite ni.
目かてパチッとした二重やろ。
Let's see, Meka te pachi. Let's see, with a snap, with a flick, with a crack, with the whap, okay, wide-eyed, with a flick of the eyelids, with a blink, open wide, oh, okay, open wide, okay, so of eyes. So it means open wide eyes, which is what I think it means here. It could also mean with a flick, with a clack, with a whap, okay. Pachi. See, what is the difference between Pachi and Pachi? Pachi is the base onomatopoeia describing a single sharp sound, such as a book snapping shut, fingers snapping. Oh, that's how you say snapping as in fingers. Okay, finger snapping or a small crack. It functions as a general descriptor for the noise itself. Okay, it isn't. Oh, so it's pronounced Pachi versus Pachitsu. Is an intensified or emphatic form of the word. The addition of the geminated consonant small su adds a sense of suddenness or sharpness and impact to the sound. It is often used to describe an action happening with a distinct, crisp snap, such as an eye snapping open or a mouth being covered suddenly. So sharp sounds such as a book snapping shut, finger snapping, or a small crack. And then pachitsu is how you pronounce that with a small su. It's just a more intense version of that. Explain the grammar of kate and or with. Okay, this is a Kansai dialect conjugation equivalent to the standard te or societe. It connects the noun phrase smug eyes to the description of what follows. Okay. So pachit toshita meaning snappy, crisp, brightly open, referring to eyes. So pachi onomatopoetic adverb for sudden, bright, or crisp action like opening eyes wide. So toshita, past tense of toside, which functions here as a descriptive modifier meaning with a quality appearance. It turns the onomatopoeia into an adjective modifying the noun. So in other words, it's that thing you see in Japanese where you take and it is an adverb, right? Yes, where you take an adverb and you put it with a verb, so you can then use that whole phrase as like an adjective, like descriptor. So in other words, to have done pachi is essentially, or to have done a snap, or to have done that sudden openness of. And then said kate is similar to societe. So so that would be like saying me societe pachitoshita, then need something. Need you double, two-fold, two layers, duplex, double-edged, eyelids, double eyelid. Oh, okay, let's translate it. Then it should be pronounced as futae, double eyelids. Noun. In this context, it implies double eyelids. A physical trait often associated with looking sharp or attractive in the specific slang context. Right, so does this mean eyelids? Omo Mabuta translates to heavy eyelids. Omo. Heavy, serious. Yeah, isn't this kanji for moi or heavy? It's omoi heavy. Let's see if so doya mega okay doya me kate pachitsu to shita so essentially snapping the eyes and then that gets describing for that two heavies. That is used for heavy, then why does need this mean double eyelids? Let's see, and that kanji refers to a creased fold in the skin. Literal meaning, let's see, Niju Mabatu literally translates to double fold eyelids. What is this word? Mabuta eyelid. Okay, so Mabuta's eyelids. This is distinct from omoi, which uses the same character but reads as omoi to mean heavy. Therefore, need Niju describes the anatomical structure of having a visible crease that divides the eyelids into 2 segments rather than describing weight. Okay, so that kanji has to do with a crease. Let's see what he's actually saying. Let's see. Doya me kate pachitsu to shita something.
どや目かてパチッとした二重やろどや目かてパチッとした二重やろどや目かてパチッとした二重やろ
とした
見てへんちゃんとよう見てみどや目かてパチッとした二重やろどや目かてパチッとした二重やろ
Oh, okay, I think he's saying fu. Yes. Sounds like he's saying futai.
パチッとした二重やろ。
Futae. Yes, okay, so he's definitely saying futae. Double eyelids, or in other words, double creases, apparently, is what it more literally means. Mekatapachi tosta futai yaro, so futai. So mekate. So what is me or mes societe? What does that mean exactly? What does mekate mean? See, this is Kansai Ben. Mekate is likely a phonetic rendering of the Kansai dialect phrase of mesuru, which is derived from meosuru. Is that right? Explain the mekate in detail. See, well, kate is a conjunction unique to Kansai dialect derived from ka plus tote. In this context, kate functions similarly to the standard Japanese de or societe, meaning and, with, or along with. Mekate translates to with the eyes, or and the eyes, connecting the description of the eyes, smug eyes, to the next part of the sentence, snappy eyes. So, explain katote. So other uses, kate can also mean even if or although when you use after verb phrases like tabehin kate, even if I don't eat. So it means katote. So explain katote. This is usage relevant to your original, okay? Doya, in this often shortened katote, shortened to kate, okay? Connects to nouns or noun phrases meaning and or with the, so doya me kate, smug eyes, and so when katote follows a verb or adjective, it is a dictionary password. It means even if, although. So in the phrase doya me kate, the first meaning and or with is the correct interpretation. Explain the pote article. Even if or although, this is the core meaning of tote often as tatote or toyu domo. Express a strong concession meaning even if. Kototote is used to mean because of or due to. So what is the origin of tote? Its core origin is believed to be a combination of the quotative particle to and the conjunctive particle te. It is often arose from the omission of a quotative verb like to say, to think, and the te form after in the te form after a quoted clause ending in to. So tote evolved from toiu te or to omote. Oh, in other words, if you want to do connecting form after a toe quote, and that's how it has the even if, meaning you're saying taking that quote into account, and then from that, or in other words, even if or although, because of. I just get rid of doya. What does that say? This is likely a typo or colloquial variation of okay. In conscious dialect, meh is a standard, but meh kate is not a standard term. It may be misspelling. Okay, so it seems to be implying that doya meh is. It's one word. It seems to be implying.
ちゃんとよう見てみ。どや、目かてパチッとした。
So kate is like saying dare. In other words, using your eyes that have already been snapped open, and then with the skin fold. In other words, snapped open and thus you have the skin fold above your eyes. In other words, with your eyes wide open. So how is it with your eyes wide open? Let's see this. See, even my eyes. Let's see. See, even my eyes are wide and double lidded, right? What does that mean? Something tells me this is an expression that's hard to translate for translators. Let's see, this translator says with those smug eyes, you obviously be a good sentence to look up later, but something about I think it means something about either with those smug eyes, like have your eyes fully open, and look and try looking, or maybe it's just with your eyes wide open. So uh, doya me kate, uh, pachito shita utai yaro.
見てへん、ちゃんとよう見てみ。どや、目かてパチッとした二重やろ。足かてほんまはもっとスラーっと。やろ。足かてほんま。
See, ashikate, honma wa motto surai suraito. Let's see. Ashikate honmai wa motto surai and my legs are actually much slimmer. So ashikate honma wa motto sulai maybe if I were to, maybe this is an emphatic particle or su sudai. Let's see. Slim. Let's try slim and see what it is. Sunarai Suraimu. Yaseru Sumaito. Sumaito. I wonder if he's trying to. Oh, that's smart. Let's see. Explain the grammar of. The phrase ashikate honma wa moto suraito contains likely a typo or mixes of standard with Japanese with Kansai dialect. It translates to as for my legs, honestly, they're much more loose or sloppy. Let's see. Ashikate, likely a type. This is a misspelling of ashi. No, okay. This is Kansai bin. So ashikate is standard dialect particle as confirmed by search. Okay. Kate functions as a contraction form of temo or date, meaning even or but. So even my legs or but my legs or let's see. The meaning of ashikate translates to even my legs or as for my legs, implying a contrast or concessions. Okay. Honma wa. Okay. Honma in contrast dialect form of honto or truth. Okay, combined with the topic marker y means honestly or actually. Moto suraito. So moto modifies the adverb surai. Right? Okay. Okay, which is an adverbial form of the mimetic word surai. Well, it seems to say this is not a misspelling of the word. Surai, okay. で、足かて、そう。本間はもっとスライド。Is slido a word? It's the adverbial form of sudai. The elongated vowel, okay, and the toto, and intensifying the sound and adding a sense of mana. It describes smooth. Suraito, okay. Surato. Sura. Sura. So, hmm. It's a Kwame. It describes a smooth, sleek, slender, effortlessly graceful motion, okay. Ashikate honma wa motto suraito. So they're truly slimmer. So even my legs are truly slimmer, I think is what it's trying to say. And this translator translates it as, and my legs are actually much slimmer. Ashikata honma wa motto suraito.
とや、目かてパチッとした二重や。
So in other words, even so, this one would be like, Doya, like how is it? Even my eyes, pachito shita. Let's see. Pachi was. To, so quick snaps, a quick snap, then there's folds.
だろ確かてほんまはもっとスラーっと。
Ashikate honma wa moto suraito.
Sakura, 飯だぞ。
Oh yeah, okay. Sakura. Something does so.
とや。目かてパチッとした二重やろ。足かてほんまはもっとスラーっと。
さくら、飯だぞ。
So Sakura meshtazo. So meshi, cooked rice, meal, food. In other words, food. The meal is ready. Or there's a meal, or there's cooked rice. Translation between. Wait, dinner. Why did I choose dinner? Explain the grammar of meshi. Meal, food. It is a casual masculine sounding term for food often used in informal or rough context. Zos, a sentence final particle that adds emphasis or assertiveness or a masculine tone. It is often used by male characters to sound firm or commanding. Elongation, okay, it indicates elongation of the final sound, making the tone more drawn out or casual or teasing. Sakura, it's mealtime, okay. Toya is often portrayed as a teasing, slightly mean, or dismissive towards Sakura, using Meshi instead of Gohan. And ending with Zo reflects his casual, somewhat rough, and older brotherly attitude. It is not a general grammar rule, but a character voice example. Wouldn't this mean See, it is not a standard grammatical construction, but rather a character-specific utterance from the anime manga Card Captor Sakura spoken by the character Toya Kinomoto. Couldn't this mean there is rice or rice is ready? There is rice or rice is ready. Okay, yes, sure, I'll correct the phrase. Meshi dazo can indeed be interpreted as there is rice or rice is ready, depending on context. Meshi primarily means cooked rice, but also commonly means meals in Japanese. The specific meaning is determined by context. In the context of Card Captor Sakura, when Toya calls out to Sakura, he most likely is announcing dinner, the meal is ready. However, since the traditional Japanese dinner centers around a bowl of rice, saying rice is ready is functionally equivalent to saying dinner is ready. Therefore, both translations, food's ready or there's rice or rice is ready, are grammatically and semantically valid. The nuance depends on whether the speaker is emphasizing the presence of food or rice or the availability of the meal. I'm gonna guess it's probably emphasizing the meal in this case. Sakura, meshi dazo.
パチッとした二重やろ。足かてほんまはもっとスラーっと。
さくら、飯だぞ。
はーい。おいおいおい、人の話は最後まで聞くもんや。
Hey, Hito no hanashi wa saigo made kakumonya, or you should listen to a person's conversation, or you should listen to a person talking until the end. In other words, don't rush off in the middle of a conversation. Hito no hanashi wa saigo made kakumon ya. You're supposed to listen to people until they're done talking. Hito no hanashi wa saigo made kakumon ya.
おいおいおい、人の話は最後まで聞くもんや。後でね。
See, ato dene, or this is the delineating a period of time. So ato, so in other words, I'll listen later, essentially. Ato dene. See, with a screech, with a squeak, with a squeal, key. Honmanimo. Honmanimo. See. Let's see. Honmanimo. Seriously, you're just. Explain the grammar of. I know honmani is like truly. Mo, okay, this is a versatile adverb that typically means already or not anymore or soon, or a little more depending on context. It often indicates a change in state or completion of an action. When combined with honmani mo, Okay. Functions as an emphatic expression where honma ni intensifies the meaning of mo. Common interpretations include I really already, or emphasizing that an action has been completed sooner than expected, or I really won't anymore, emphasizing a firm decision to stop doing, or really that's it, or come on. When used as an explanation, it can convey frustration, exasperation. So, is that truly already, or in other words, is that truly it, I guess? That has already reached its limit. Really, that's enough. I've had enough. So the nuance depends heavily on the verb or adjectives that follows or the context of the conversation. In standard Japanese, honto ni mo. Okay. So this translates translate. I think here it's supposed to be. Is that seriously it? Is that truly it? Honma ni mo.
ほんまにもうこれがわい。
これがwhy. So uh this is me or this is I. これがwhy.
ほんまにもうこれがわい。許せん。
Yudu-sen. I believe that is from Yudu-senai. In other words, you won't forget. I will not forget this. Oh, that's right. Not forget. Is it permit or or prove? So I will not permit this. In other words, unforgivable. Yudu-sen, which is short for Yudu-senai. Yudu-sen.
これがわい。許せん。
Yudu-sen. Permit, allow.
おいしそう。
Oiso, or it looks delicious because she hasn't tasted it yet, so she can't say it is delicious until she actually tastes it. That's why there's so in there instead of just oishi. Oiso.
上で何やってたんだい？上で何やってたんだい？
Let's see. 上で、何やってたん、see, tandai. Wait, okay, what's the... Oh, that's right. Just like you can say kai instead of ka to make it sound softer, you can say dai instead of da. So, ueda, or above location, yate is from yaru, or to do, and applying like effort in the work. So, non, or so in other words, what are you doing? And this is in the continuous past tense. Yate ita or yate ta, and then the informational no followed by the dot to be. So in other words, what were you doing above? So 上で何やってたんだい? See, Fujitaka. 上で何やってたんだい?
許せん。おいしそう。
上で何やってたんだい？
絵描いてたの。
Let's see, 描いて let's see, 描いて okay, 描いてたの that word in the beginning was
おいしそう。
上で何やってたんだい？
絵描いてたの。
oh, picture drawing. So I was drawing a picture, basically saying something in the past, but in a continuous way. I was drawing a picture, and the particle wool was dropped here, but it would normally go here. But since it's obvious, it can be dropped. So so it's basically egaite tano, egaite tano.
上で何やってたんだい？
絵描いてたの。明日図工。これがわい。許せん。おいしそう。
上で何やってたんだい？
絵描いてたの。明日図工の授業で美術館に絵を描きに行くんだ。明日図工の授業で美術
Ashita Zuko drawing in manual arts school subjects. Okay, basically the art class essentially. Zuko arts and crafts. Okay, Zuko and then Ashita Zuko no Jugyo lessons. So art class lesson, Jugyo. Teaching instructions. So Zuko Jugyo de Bijutsukan museum or art museum essentially. Ni eo egaki or drawing, to draw, to paint, to sketch. This is in noun form, so it's like drawing or painting. Egaki ni, okay, ikunda. So tomorrow, the art during the art lesson, we're going to the museum. Yeah, I think it's ni because they're using iku. We're going to the museum for the for the purpose of drawing. Let's see, picture drawings. For drawing a picture, I guess you could translate it for the purpose of drawing a picture. So, ashita juko no jugyo de bijutsukan ni e o egaki ni ikunda. Tomorrow we'll go into the art museum to paint for our art class. Ashita. Let's see. Ashita, Zuko. What kanji makes that? Craft construction, and then map drawing. So drawing and then construction is art class. Okay, Zuko. Ashita Zuko no Jugyo. Ashita Zuko no Jugyo de Bijutsukan ni e o egaki ni ikun da. Ashita Zuko no Jugyo de Bijutsukan ni e o egaki ni ikunda.
おいしそう。
上で何やってたんだい？
絵描いてたの。明日図工の授業で美術館に絵を描きに行くんだ。
練習してたんだ。
練習してたんだ。うん。
やってたんだい？
絵描いてたの。明日図工の授業で美術館に絵を描きに行くんだ。
So 練習してたん or you were practicing and then yes.
練習してたんだ。
それにしちゃずいぶんと賑やかだったな。ずいぶんと賑やかだ。
で、美術館に絵を描きに行くんだ。
練習してたんだ。
それにしちゃ
それにしちゃ This is from supposed to be like shitewa. Let's see. それにしちゃ Or is this supposed to be a contraction of if you do kind of statement? Let's see. それにした
ずいぶんと賑やかだ。
ずいぶんとにぎやかだったな。Zuibun, very extremely, surprisingly, fairly, quite considerably. Follow, notwithstanding, then part, yeah. Obey, submit, comply. Follow though. Okay, let's see. So, Zuibun, very extremely. So extremely Nigaka. Bustling, busy, crowded, lively, prosperous, thriving. So, sorini, so from that, I think that's trying to say if it's busy. Let's see. Let's see. Explain the grammar of this. Sore ni shicha is a casual contraction of sore ni shite mo. Or sore ni shiro, which functions as a concessive conjunction, meaning even so or despite that. or considering that it is used to express that a situation or result is surprising, excessive, or inconsistent with what might be expected based on previous contexts. See, ni shicha is colloquial term for ni temo. So even if you consider that, so Zui bun to, adverbial phrase meaning considerably or quite. The to particle emphasizes to the degree or extent of the following adjective, highlighting that the situation was notably different from what was expected. At ni gya kat datana. So the predicate ni gyaka is a nominative meaning lively or busy. It is in the past tense or data, and the final part na indicates a casual, reflective tone, often seeking agreement or expressing a personal realization. So considering that it was quite surprisingly lively, wasn't it? Or given the circumstance, it was surprisingly busy. But this translator says it means it's pretty lively for that, though. So with doing that, or given that, essentially with doing that, Suibun, okay. Sore ni shicha, okay. Suibun to Suibun, so with liveliness. So with liveliness, it was bustling. So even with doing that, with liveliness, no, it was okay. With extremeness, it was busy. So in other words, wasn't it too busy for something like that, for doing something like that. Sore ni shicha, which is sore ni shitemo. So sore ni shicha, zuibun to ni gyaka datta na.
練習してたんだ。
それにしちゃ随分と賑やかだったな。
あれはしゃべ
Let's see, arewa. So for that,
随分と賑やかだったな。
see, あれは
喋りながらじゃないとうまく書けないのよ。
随分と賑やかだったな。
あれは喋りながらじゃないとうまく。
see, しゃべりながらじゃないとながらlet's see, うまい so isn't that うまく描けないのよ。Wait, oh, I just can't draw well unless I'm talking at the same time. Oh, he's not talking about the liveliness of the museum, he's talking about the liveliness of the room. Sore ni shicha zuibun to uh ni kya, let's see. Ni 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 gyaka datana. So for doing something like that, it was extremely lively. You know, aka, why were you talking so much if that's what you were doing up there? So, and then are wa shi explain the grammar of this. That thing over there, let's see. Shaberi Nagara. The uses of Nagara grammar, which indicates two actions happening simultaneously. Okay. Oh, so this is just a particle, which is sort of related to da. Combined with a kata, but the daku 10 gets added since we're combining it together. So nagara, and it has this meaning of doing the first statement and the second thing that follows from it at the same time. So it's actually not one follows the other, it's just they happen at the same time. And this shaberi to speak is converted. Shaberu to speak is converted to its ma stem form shaberi and combined with nagara to mean while speaking. Janaito. This is a conditional structure derived from denaito or dewanai. Okay. Janai is the casual negative of da with a to particle. Okay. Here it introduces a condition that is necessary for the result to happen, effectively meaning unless or if not. That's strange, I can't recognize this word. Shaberu. To talk, to chat. Shaberu. Intransitive. Okay, Nagara Janai. Janai. Okay. Nagara Janai to Umaku. Skillfully. So from umai or skillful, okay. So skillfully, okay, then let's see. Kenai. This is a potential negative, so able to not able to draw. So not able to draw skillfully. So basically, if talking is not existing, then at the same time, then skillful drawing is not existing. Or in other words, I can only draw while talking, or as more literally this is being said, I can't draw when I'm okay. I can't draw when I'm not talking. Now, is this Shabeti? Is this Shabeti attached to Nagara, or is Nagara a separate particle combination? Nagara is a single particle, but is attached to the stem of a verb, not to the stem of a verb, not to the verb in its plain form. Let's see. So Shaberi Nagara. Okay, is the ma stem okay. They're not separate. Nagara is a suffix that grammatically requires a verb stem at its base. So is Nagara a particle like ni that requires a noun? And that is why it is Shaberi? Or is Nagara a suffix attached to a verb? See, Nagara is a suffix or auxiliary particle that attaches directly to the ma stem continuative form of a verb, not a standalone particle like ni that requires a noun. So, Shaberi Nagara is attached to. Okay. So, Shaberi Nagara janai to umaku egakenai no yo. So, so, chatting not going on at the same time. So with chatting not going on at the same time, not, I, not drawing skillful. There's not drawing skillfully. Or in other words, yeah, as I was saying, if I'm not talking, then I'm not drawing skillfully, or I can't draw unless I'm talking. So, shaberi nagara janai to umaku egakenai no yo. Egakeru. Okay, yeah, this is just potential form of egaku. To draw, okay.
ずいぶんと賑やかだったな。
あれは喋りながらじゃないとうまく書けないのよ。あれは喋りながらじゃないと。
質問がありますか? Are there any questions? If there's no questions, then we're going to raid, so please stick around for that. Okay, the first raid is going to go to Kanade. Okay. Okay, so okay, the second person we're gonna rate is Bobby Puff Gaming, who's playing Warzone. Okay. I was trying to find this third person we're gonna be streaming to, but for some reason. Okay, we're gonna rate Goody Panda, who's currently drawing some anime art. Oh, he doesn't allow rating, or she doesn't allow rating? Okay, let's see. Let's try rating Miu Norin then. Minasan, okiyotsukete, mata ashita. Goodbye everyone, see you tomorrow.